Zero cap space, just one single roster spot remaining, and yet they are aggressively hunting the absolute biggest free agent wing left on the market. Let's break down the exact mechanics of how a team with basically empty pockets is trying to land a premium star. Because what the Los Angeles Lakers are attempting to pull off right now is frankly one of the most fascinating and contradictory offseason maneuvers we've seen in recent NBA history.
Number 1. That is the exact number of open roster spots the Lakers currently hold. And despite having practically zero financial flexibility left, they are just relentlessly pursuing Jonathan Kuminga. Now, on the surface, this math just doesn't compute, right? You don't land a highly coveted, unrestricted free agent when your bank account is running on empty. But in the modern NBA, intent is just as important as cap space. And the Lakers, they've made their intent incredibly clear to Kuminga and his camp.
Just look at how fast this whole thing escalated. On June 29th, the Atlanta Hawks made the totally shocking decision to decline Kuminga's $24.3 million team option, which immediately made him a free agent. Literally the very next day, June 30th, Lakers general manager Rob Pelinka and head coach J.J. Redick were on a virtual call with Kuminga. They pitched him super hard on a very specific vision, stepping into a high-minutes role as a dynamic wing, playing right alongside Luka Doncic. They sold him on a spacious on-court environment perfectly tailored to his skill set, basically painting a picture of what this opportunity could do for his entire career trajectory. But immediately after making that grand pitch, the Lakers went on a huge spending spree and used up all of their remaining financial wiggle room. They secured backup center Kevon Looney, who, interestingly enough, actually won championships alongside Kuminga in Golden State, on a $3.9 million one-year deal to replace DeAndre Ayton. Then, they locked in commitments from Walker Kessler, Sandro Mamukelashvili, Quentin Grimes, and Colin Sexton. Just like that, poof, the money was gone. The roster was full, save for that one final spot.
So that begs the big question, how do you sign a star with no cap space? Well, here's what most fans completely missed. Despite subtle improvements to the Lakers' offers and multiple players personally reaching out to recruit him, Kuminga and his agent Aaron Turner haven't jumped at a single thing. They're being patient, they're waiting, because they know a standard free agency signing isn't the only way to get paid in this league. They're waiting for a very specific front office maneuver.
And that maneuver is the sign and trade. This is the mechanism that literally unlocks the impossible. By having the Atlanta Hawks sign Kuminga and immediately trade him to Los Angeles, Kuminga actually gets to keep his bird rights. That allows him to secure the massive, lucrative contract he actually desires, rather than just settling for the Lakers' leftover pennies. Now, Atlanta remains completely open to facilitating this. But, and this is a massive but, Hawks general manager Onsi Saleh isn't just going to do the Lakers a favor for free. He needs to be heavily incentivized.
To make this math work, it's like a giant puzzle. The Lakers have to send out contracts. They have pieces like Jared Vanderbilt, Dalton Knecht, and Jaden Hardy to match salaries. But to actually incentivize Atlanta, they have to attach sweeteners. That means parting with at least one of their remaining premium assets, either their stash of 3 second-round draft picks or that highly coveted 2032 first-round pick swap. That right there is the true cost of doing business in this scenario.
Of course, the Lakers aren't operating in a vacuum here. Let's look at the competition. The Sacramento Kings pursued Kuminga aggressively last summer and recently checked back in, but they're also financially handcuffed and, crucially, they've been pretty hesitant to discuss the complex sign-and-trade required to actually get him. On the other side, you have the Cleveland Cavaliers. They have serious interest, backed by the fact that their head coach, Kenny Atkinson, was a lead assistant for the Warriors during Kuminga's first 3 seasons in the league. There is a very high level of comfort there. But the Cavaliers, well, they're currently distracted. If you take one thing away from this explainer today, let it be this lesson on modern roster construction. As Kuminga's camp rightly points out, there are still avenues to better deals as the offseason dominoes continue to fall. In today's NBA, pure cap space is no longer the only currency that matters. Assets, bird rights, contract matching, and above all else, front office patience ultimately dictate the market. The Lakers are aggressively trying to leverage all of these alternative currencies precisely because they have absolutely zero actual cap space left. And that brings us right back to why the Cleveland Cavaliers are so distracted right now, leaving the door wide open for the Lakers. The Cavaliers are entirely wrapped up in the LeBron James sweepstakes. That is the massive domino hovering over the entire league, stalling out secondary moves like the Kuminga sign-and-trade. Next time, we're going to be breaking down exactly what happens when that massive LeBron James domino finally falls. Make sure you subscribe and leave a comment below on where you think Kuminga ends up playing next season.